Warning. Gory Storytime is a horror movie review show by a son and his dad who thought that letting his 5-year-old watch scary movies was acceptable. If you are offended by horror or talk about blood and gore by a child, or if you don't want horror movies from the 60s through today spoiled, then there is a remote stuck in your couch cushion next to potato chip crumbs. Use it. And of course, parental discretion is advised.
Why? You didn't use any.
Shut up and start the show.
Welcome to Gory Storytime. I'm your host, Jason.
I'm his co-host and his father, Craig, and instead of what we promised last week, which was that we were gonna
Finish off our 4-movie-a-thon of...
do our third of 4.
Oh, that was only our
We only
third?
did 2. We've only done 2 of the comedy horror movies.
Oh, yeah, okay, never
That's
mind.
the ones that we're on, remember? Excuse me. But we also like to go to the theater and watch these movies when they first come out. And as a huge fan of The Conjuring and a
fan
of
of
Annabelle. A Fanabelle? That's what they call it, Annabelle fans. Now that I've coined it.
Yeah.
Nobody should call it that. Don't call it that. Anyway, we decided we're going to pause on that comedy horror thing and review something that's still in theaters, which isn't something we do that often. We did it with It. We'll be doing it with It Chapter 2 now that trailer's dropped.
September 6th, by the way.
Yeah, it's coming up. It's coming up. So, anyway, the point is, we went to the drive-in, actually.
To watch a much different movie.
Yeah, we saw... Well, they both have home in the title.
They do.
Yeah, we went to see Far From Home with Spider-Man, which we won't be reviewing on this show because even though, like, some people found it horrifying...
I mean, yeah.
Sorry, there was just a few problems I had with that one, too. But, I mean, ho-hum, another good Marvel movie.
Yeah,
Like,
right?
It's kind of like, oh, I heard Toy Story 4 is good. Yeah, Pixar, making a good movie. Been there, done that.
Every single time.
It's kind of blasé, but it's true. But let's get into a movie that may or may not be good.
Yeah.
We'll get into that.
So we reviewed Annabelle Comes Home.
Yeah. So if you're not following the saga of Annabelle, first there was the true story in The Conjuring that the movie starts off with about a possessed doll. Then it got a spin-off movie. It was the first spin-off in that world, in which they tell basically the story that was told in The Conjuring.
The 10-minute story over an hour and 45 minutes.
Then they had a sequel where the doll was first made and first possessed. Fine. Then they did this one, which takes place after they bring it to their home and the true story was done, and now another story happened in their house that's not part of the legend of their family.
Yes. They took the 10-minute section of the first Conjuring that didn't need any exploring and made a trilogy out of it.
Yeah. And it's making enough money where there'll probably be a fourth. What they need to do is just other spin-offs like they did with The Nun.
Yeah, they did The Nun. The Nun was really good.
Yes, and they should just do that and stop. This may or may not be, I don't want to give anything away, a well that is run rather dry.
Yep. Well.
Anyway, so.
Basic rundown of this movie.
It's that possessed doll that when you look away, it moves.
No, see, but this one's different.
No, when you look away, it moves.
Okay, yeah, but that's the first two.
That's the
This is a
scariest
different
thing
movie.
it does in 4 movies now.
Did it not make an appearance in Conjuring 2?
I don't know. I don't remember. I don't care.
I didn't like Conjuring
The
2.
4 I know it was in, the doll moves. And sometimes you hear knocking, but then when you look,
It's not
moving.
doing
so,
anything right.
Yeah.
Because it's actually a demon.
This one, you did see it fall forward and hit its head on glass.
Roll that trailer, Colin.
Everything you see in here is either haunted, cursed, or has been used in some kind of ritualistic practice. Nothing's a toy. It's safer for these things to be in here than out there. Sometimes it's better to keep the genie in the bottle.
Don't your parents keep any creepy stuff around?
We keep it all locked away in a room so that we're safe. It's not really good for anyone to go in there.
What'd you do to get in there? I like your doll. What did you do? I let her out. Who? Annabelle. I'm sorry. What else did you touch? Everything.
Can I play with Annabelle?
I think you have the wrong house. There's no Annabelle here.
Yes, she is.
I sometimes see things.
Like how my mom sees things.
The doll, it's a beacon for other spirits.
I like your doll.
All right, so
Didn't give anything
enough
away.
said.
Yeah, okay, Sweet Dreams.
No. Before we get into the behind the scenes, or as Jane likes to
Meat
say,
and beef of the show.
we need to give a shout out to our actual sponsors that exist that pay us big stacks of cash to promote their real products. I can't even get excited about this bit because the movie was so
Something.
good. This week, Gory Storytime is brought to you by the new streaming service, Sleep.
Adventures.com, the best website for buying things to completely waste your time. Puzzles missing pieces, DVD box sets missing the last episode of the season of any show. Hell, we even have porn with all the sex cut out. That's timewasters.com. Waste your day away with us. Blah, blah, blah.
All right, now we're gonna be rolling in the dough. Let's give some behind the scenes info, huh?
Yeah.
Director James Wan, who usually does better than this, stated that the movie would pick up right after Ed and Lorraine Warren took the Annabelle doll, the first Annabelle movie,
In the first animal.
in the first Annabelle movie. Therefore, the movie takes place in the Warren house along with all the other artifacts.
Really?
So this trivia was, did you watch it? That.
Yeah.
It's like, did you know the thing that happens in the movie?
The real Annabelle is at the Warrens Occult Museum in Monroe, Connecticut. Kept in a glass case with warning signs, unlike the doll in the film, it is a Raggedy Ann doll.
Oh, I have heard that before, maybe from when we reviewed The Conjuring and Annabelle.
Mm-hmm.
And every time one of these comes out, they're going to bring up it was a Raggedy Ann doll.
They brought it up in the movie.
Sorta. they referenced it. The samurai armor that features in the Warren Occult Museum is based off Japanese mythology's demonic warrior in the Oni, I don't know, Oni, marking along with the ferryman the second cultural mythology entity appearing.
In the episode of the dating game that Judy is watching, a little girl is given a Raggedy Ann doll as a gift. The real-life Annabelle doll is a Raggedy Ann. Let's see how many of these could just be that.
Uh-huh. Oh, we haven't mentioned this today already on the show. This is the third movie of the Annabelle film series and the seventh in the Conjuring universe. Like, they didn't only give up when writing this script, they gave up when coming up with behind-the-scenes information. Go ahead.
The werewolf is noted as a hellhound by Eden Lorraine. And like the French legend of La Bête du Gévaudan, is a monstrous werewolf appearing out of the encroaching night fog, and that is responsible for the death of many local livestock, displaying with the butchering of a Warren hen.
So they're like, hey, here's a mythological thing that had nothing to do with their house of evil.
Yep.
It wasn't an object. The character of Anthony Rios was created as a proxy for Judy's real-life husband, Tony Spera. While she and Spera didn't actually meet until adulthood, Doberman asked their permission to create the childhood bully character to potentially serve as a romantic interest for Judy if the series continues to follow her character as she grows up.
McKenna Grace replaces Sterling Gerrans as Judy Warren. Gerrans played Judy in the first two Conjuring films.
The ragdoll that the real Annabelle of the Lawrence Occult Museum appears in a program on television. Okay, you've got to vet these before you
Apparently, I didn't expect it to mostly be that. Okay. This marks the first time the Warrens are featured in a film without the Conjuring title.
Okay. The artifacts in the Occult Museum in the film are the samurai armor, mourner's bracelet, symbol monkey, ferryman toll coins, bridal dress, future television, typewriter, piano, assorted masks, black shuck book, rooster weather vane, Rory's music box, and of course the Annabelle doll.
The ferryman is based off the Greek mythology deity of the same name that ferries souls across the river Styx to the underworld, told with specific gold coins. The coins are prominently feature as the artifact in the Warren's house that summons the ferryman entity.
The identity of the demon, primarily attached to the Annabelle doll, still goes unrevealed. Okay, it says still goes unrevealed still. Only still, to date, bearing the title of the Ram for its demonic appearance in its former 1960s Disciples of the Ram, which had previously featured Janice Annabelle Higgins. What? Okay, the people that edit this
are terrible.
Like, that... Go.
The movie's release date is June 26th, which is...
It's like, is that the bottom of the barrel? Hold on. Scrape, scrape, scrape.
Yep. Which is McKenna Grace's birthday, the actress who played Judy in the movie.
The Occult Museum television shows events take place 30 seconds away, displayed with Daniela.
A card pertaining to the demon primarily attached to the Annabelle doll has a card... Huh?
With an illustration pertaining to the demon itself and its symbols.
Yeah, but it said card twice, which sounds weird. Okay. Yeah, that.
Yeah, bad writing. Like in The Conjuring 2, Patrick Wilson does his own singing. What?
What?
I didn't remember that.
I didn't either.
As he is an accomplished singer and musical star. All right, then.
The movie is dedicated to Lorraine Warren, portrayed in the movie by Vera Farmiga,
Farmiga or whatever.
Farmiga, who passed away 2 months before the film's release.
This movie is a sequel to Annabelle Creation and Annabelle. In terms of the Conjuring universe, it can be considered a midquel, which is a movie set between events in previous released movies in a series. It's also an intraquel, which is a movie taking place completely within the time span of one previous movie. Annabelle Comes Home opens with and continues the opening scene of The Conjuring. The rest of the movie picks up a year later, occurring 2 years before the main plot of The Conjuring, which depicted the Rhode Island incident. Blah, blah, blah. Who cares? Your turn.
Yep, okay. This is the second film that Vera Farmiga stars in to feature the song Baby Blue by Badfinger. The first film was The Departed in 2006.
And Samara Lee and Lulu Saffron, whatever, are the only returning cast members from Annabelle Creation, where Lee reprises her role as Bee and Saffron appears as a new character.
And lastly, the Annabelle doll has made an appearance in 2 DC comics movies, Aquaman and Shazam. In return, some DC Comics issues of The Demon and Swamp Thing appear in this movie.
It's all in the same universe. Holy, I don't give a bat crap, Batman. Look, it's a doll that sometimes sort of twitches. But I sure heard a noise in the other room.
What, at the house filled with haunted shit?
Anyway.
You mean that?
Oh, the people who need to be bashed about the head because they're obviously already damaged, they might as well have physical evidence to back that up, have it at 70%.
And the critics, who also have it amazingly high, have it at 64%.
You're right, the critics were amazingly high.
Yep.
What else can I say about this movie? What is your favorite scene?
I do actually like the way this
What
movie
is your
begins.
favorite
My favorite
scene?
scene is at the very beginning. They pick up the doll from the people who it was haunting, and they're driving, and there's these ghosts and stuff. And she's like, "Oh my God, there's ghosts and stuff." And I thought it was cool.
My favorite scene was when all the moving pictures stopped, and then there was words that came down and said that we got to leave. What was your least favorite scene?
That whole weird interaction at the store.
I
didn't like that.
Yeah, it was.
I didn't like any of this, but
Okay. My least favorite scene was right when it pops up and it said.
because we've both
It
watched.
certainly was filmed.
They
They sure filmed the shit out of this. And there was some editing and
and actors.
there was a score. I'm trying to find positive things to say because I hate shitting on a movie, but my God, this movie sucked. If you like horror movies,
Don't go see this.
spoiler alert, if you like to sit there and have absolutely no tension that builds up to nobody fucking dies, this is the movie for you.
So true. It's so.
Oh, sorry, a hen dies. Ooh. Someone get the barbecue sauce. Oh, wait, nope, the ghost wolf fog ate it. Like I said, is that the bottom of the barrel? Hold on, let me scrape this. And not that he would be, but Mr. Wan and anyone else involved, if you are watching this, if somehow someone shares this online and it gets to you, stop it. Anyway.
So that's been our show for this week. To the right of me, as always, the left of me, as always, there's a bunch of stuff on the screen.
That's the
You
right
can
on
watch-
our screen. Stage left. Anyway.
Okay, that way. You can watch our show, Fact TV, Channel 8, on Thursdays at 8:30 p.m. and Fridays at 7 p.m. You can email us at gorystorytime@yahoo.com.
You can follow us on Twitter. I might actually talk about the show for once just so I can just crap all over this movie.
Yeah, right?
Seriously.
This is bad. You can like us on Facebook.
Oh, wait, I should have gave the Twitter handle, huh? I'm at Craig Jakes, all lowercase, all one word.
I'm at Jason T. Jakes, capital J, capital T, capital J.
We don't usually talk about this, but I am thinking that this movie needs one large dump placed upon it. And I want to hashtag and tag James Wan and all the actors and just be like, look, I would hate to board a plane, find a place that sells a metal aluminum bat and barbed wire. I might have to stop at 2 places. Then search out the people who wrote, directed, and starred in this movie and give them each a good nut whacking. But I will do it if they continue this nonsense. It would be worth the time and effort. Notice I didn't say I would bring the bat on the plane, because how do you sneak that?
How did you get away with that one?
So that's...
Gory story time for this week. I'm your host, Jason.
I'm his co-host and father, Craig.
And sweet dreams. Fall asleep.